The question isn't really how do I get more people to see me, but how do I go to where people are at, especially the people I want to serve. We're going to get into this today. This is day 6. We are making 100 videos about the inside of entrepreneur, solopreneur, and all that stuff, and I'm going to give you some information. So to catch up to speed, my name is Drew Goss. Hey, if you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I am in this part of the portion of the videos. I have someone who is a small business owner, and they found out that there's some things that are holding them back from growing their business. Some of the things that we have seen is bottlenecks. That it's not easy for a customer to get to them. Number 2, a customer doesn't even know what they offer, or that they offer something that's actually really amazing. And then number 3, there's no system on how things should flow. So what do we mean by that? How the client gets to you, what happens in the customer's experience, and then how do you keep them coming back? So something that we realized with Business Dog Pound was the client didn't know that they had a product, which was an online fitness program. I'll tell you more about that later. The online fitness program. They didn't know, if they found out from somebody, they didn't know how to actually sign up for it. That was hidden, or you had to actually contact the owner to sign up for it. Now, with that being said, if you have to contact the owner to sign up for it, that's going to be that's a lot of steps, and most people don't have the patience to take all those steps. Give me 1 second. Let me just zoom out. Okay, may not be able to zoom out at the moment, so you're gonna see me up close. So we started fixing yesterday. We had the owner do 2 things on the first day. We asked them, make these 4 videos. It can be about 60 seconds long. Now, I thought it was going to take about a week to make the 4 videos. She made it in 1 day. Loved it. Make these 4 videos explaining what you do, who you do it for, why you do it, and how can they get it. So these videos are going to keep circulating. She did it from her iPhone. So for those who are feeling that you have to have all the fancy gadgets and stuff like that, it's cool, but you can do it a lot from my iPhone. I've done tons of videos from the old iPhone, and one that was looking grainy. So we had to do that on the first day. But something that we had her do that was deeper was we went through the customer journey ourselves. How do we find it? We helped her understand that we can't find this product, this service, so we have to make it visible and findable to the right people. The second thing we did was we need to tailor the message to who we're talking to. For small business owners, I feel they do this, and I've done it for so long, is you feel that if you start talking to one particular type of person, that you're going to lose out customers. But in hindsight, you're really losing out getting customers because you're not talking to one person. So no one knows who you're talking to, and if you don't have a crazy budget for like ads and like extreme amounts of marketing that will go out, you're gonna get ran over by a bigger brand. Right? There's bigger brands who have tons of money to do that, but it doesn't mean you can't succeed. So we did that, and then we said, okay, so when I sign up for this, after we changed her message, how she talks about what she offers, and how she separates herself, we changed that. At first, she was just saying, you're going to get workouts, you're going to get workouts, so you never get stuck in the gym, you can do them at home, things like that. We started changing the message to inviting moms into this program. You don't have to work out for a long time. These short workouts will help you get an effective workout, feel better, feel more confident in your skin. But alongside of that, you're going to get a private community so that on days when you feel like venting, you can vent and it stays in there. We changed the message from just, strength training to you deserve to feel better. You deserve to get stronger. You deserve to lose the weight. We changed it to be all about the mom, and I'm pretty sure with these episodes we'll see more how we did that. We changed that so then by the time they got to the actual check button to buy it, they didn't feel like they were just buying a $90 program. Because if we're honest, you can get a $90 program straight on ChatGPT, AI, there's tons of stuff. But we wanted to sell guilt and shame free fitness for moms who I forgot exactly what I wrote, but for moms who are tired of starting over every Monday. If they're starting over every Monday, there's probably guilt and shame along with that, which makes the starting over a lot harder. So we wanted to make sure that we could pinpoint that. So now they can sign up. This is where we saw not a bottleneck, but this is where we saw something where it overwhelmed the person. So she has in her, once they sign up, she has something that goes out that she sends them. She manually sends them this. This could be a CRM, a customer relationship management tool later, but here's where we are. She sends them this a blurb, and it was long. That sucker was long. It was like a dissertation. It was welcoming them. The welcome was great, excitement. But then it went into sign up to get into the private community. Watch this video first. Download this third, fourth. Make sure you five. And there was like 5 things that they had to do. So you would say, Drew, that sounds right. They should just know to get the sign up, get in, and then they're good. But what a person who signs up feels immediately after that is, oh my gosh, I just literally, I have a lot of homework to do. If you tell me sign up for this program that's going to change my life, and you give me 5 things to do, that's considered homework. And we're not trying to give people homework. We're trying to give people the first step. Donald Miller used to always say this, and I put my spin to it. Shout outs to Donald Miller. He's amazing with all of this wording stuff. But he used to say, you have to bring people to the front door. And I couldn't grasp it to make it make sense for other people. But so I started saying, pretend that your business is a house. And if your business is a house, you have to be able to get people to your house. But the first part of getting people to come into the house, they have to first see the front door. So that's the first part. I just need them to see the front door, and then once they come past the front door, then I can give them the rest of their information. So we changed that to going from do 5 things to doing this one thing. Let's just get you in your new private community. We want that because we want them to start seeing women celebrating each other. We want him to see women getting just good information, complimenting, all that stuff. We wanted all that stuff because that's going to be the thing that keeps them in there. They can get free workouts or they can get paid workouts anywhere. So those few things we changed already. Having her do the videos, changing her marketing where she could be more visible, but be easy to actually access. The link is right here in her bio. Click this link, online programming. Before it was actually hidden. And then we changed what happens when they sign up and after they sign up. So that's where we are so far. So today we're going to talk about visibility. How does a small business get visible? And how do they do that if they don't have a large budget? I can tell you this. The first business I built was fitness training business. I didn't spend any money on ads. Now, let me say this because people are going to say, well, you should have spent money on ads because they would have made things quicker. The reason why I didn't spend money on ads, is because at that time when I created the business, ads were getting a bad name. They just seemed like they were scams. And I didn't have the money. I had to be quite honest with you. I didn't have the money at that time to spend on ads. So what I did was, I'll tell you what I did, and then we're going to break this down together on the fancy, it's not a whiteboard, but the fancy, it's not a whiteboard, but you'll see. It's a sketch pad. That's really what it is. Let me get my water, because I'm thirsty. a fancy sketch pad where we're gonna go and break down this stuff so that we can help you out. So what I did was I said, hey, if I can't afford marketing, I know there's a couple things I can do different than a big business owner. I can show personality in my marketing because I just can't. I'm so sorry if you guys are seeing the camera move. I need to get some more in my system. Bear with me. I started saying I can be more personable in my marketing. So what I did was I would answer questions that people ask me all the time. I would answer them and post them. And that seemed like it was like cool. It was cool, but I would answer them anywhere I was at. I would answer them in the gym, at Starbucks. I didn't want to give the perception that I lived in the gym and that people have to live in the gym either. Second thing I did was I filled my whole page with clients doing marvelous things. So my page wasn't just me. My page was, let's say for instance, Amber hitting a back squat personal record, Taylor hitting a deadlift record, Kathy doing push-ups, Kathy going from working out once a week and missing every month to working out for a straight year. I just literally showed what the clients were doing, but I always worded where they were at before and where they're at now, because they're sticking to something that makes sense for their life. And that brought in a lot of people where they were like, she's doing that, she has this amount of stuff on her plate, I can do it. So I didn't try to wow people with how good I was for me, like how strong I was. I was like, I want to show you what I can do for you by showing you real life examples. So that was something that I did. And then lastly, I just made it my best. I was like, if I'm going to log on to social media every day, I should put something out every day. Now, this was before Gary Vaynerchuk and Alex Hormozi were telling people or admonishing people to do more content and things like that. I just thought, if I'm going to use the platform and it's free, why not promote my business? I didn't have time to be fearful of what will people think, what people feel I'm posting too much. No, I was like, I want to grow this business, and whoever doesn't want to be a part of the business, they cannot comment or they cannot follow. Small business owners get stuck in feeling that they have to market so perfect and do everything so well that they miss actually marketing. And I'm here to tell you, if you are a small business owner, if you don't get good at marketing and selling, you are not going to have a business. You either have to hire somebody to do it for you, or you have to get good at it. But you're not going to have a business without it. You know why? Because as good as your product is, someone who has a product that's half as good as yours is going to outdo you, because they're literally just telling people or going where the people are at. So we're going to get into these lessons, these tips, these tricks, whatever you want to call them. Let's see if I can do it over here. I'm going to move to a different spot and see if I can do this over here. Alright, let's try this today. So we're still talking about a dog pound and the business. You guys can get tips from this. I'm going to pull this out. So visibility is the first part we're working on. How I look at visibility now is different than when I first got into it. Now I look at visibility as, how can I go where my customers are at? How can I show up there? Versus how can I just get them to come to me? Two different things, and it's a lot harder just getting people to come to you than you finding out where they're hanging out at. If I wanted to target moms, I would say where they're hanging out at. Where are places that they go that I could talk about? Target would probably be one of them, or other places. So I'll show you yesterday, and I'll read it because you're not going to be able to read it because it's a mess. So yesterday, this is Dog Pound, we found out a couple things. The first bottleneck is visibility. The offer isn't seen. If the offer is not seen, then they can't get people. So the offer is, what problem do you solve for others that they want solved? Sorry for the handwriting, guys. What do I mean by that? Drucifus, what do you mean by that? If I'm solving a problem that they are not saying they want solved, they're not going to pay for it. The reason for that is people are willing to get out of pain that they are currently feeling, or they know they're going to feel if they don't do something. They're more prone to pay for that versus something that could happen 40 years from now. They're not going to think about that as much, right? So it's trying to sell longevity really to a 20-year-old. They're not going to be thinking about that as much. So you want to be finding out, is my offer something that people are telling me or telling the marketplace that they want solved? This is where it can go wrong. A lot of times when we overcome things as a small business owner, we feel that we need to make a product or a service about that thing. And sometimes the marketplace is like, I don't want that, or I don't want it from you. And that could sound mean, but it's not meant to sound mean. They cannot want it, and they cannot want it from you. What do I mean by it? They cannot want it from you. They may want it from, I'll give you an example. For a period of time, I was doing coaching in a business, and every woman that was having a coaching program was talking about they want to help women stop burning out, which is a real thing, which is an admirable thing to want to stop that. But stopping a woman from burning out is not going to happen in 4 weeks. There's a mindset shift that has to happen. There's physical things that has to happen. There's schedule things. There's so much that has to happen that they probably would pay a therapist easier than someone who's just saying they have a 4-week program. It's not saying that you can't do work with them, but that front-facing offer is not something that they're going to probably want from you. They may want it from somebody different, like a therapist or something of that nature. So if the offer is, what problem do you solve that they are telling you they want solved? Women are telling her through her post, we see you, we love what you do. They're rooting for you, they want to do it too. So it's like that should all be the offer. Give people what they want, and then once you are giving them what they want, then you can give them what you need. It's a story where a guy, I believe it was like a dog or something like that. It was some animal that he had bought, and he had to give them some medicine for them to live longer and feel healthy. And as he had to do this, he kept giving them the medicine and they wouldn't eat it. And he kept telling somebody else, hey, I'm giving them the medicine you told me to give them, and they're not eating it. And the lady told him, no, you gotta wrap it in bacon first. Wrap it in bacon, and then they'll eat the bacon, and then they'll get the medicine too. So you gotta give them what they want. The second bottleneck that we found was the messaging. I put for her live testimonials. Show them your story. That simply means don't just tell your story. Show them that you feel where they're at and that you can help them get out. And then the last two pillars, so sorry, this is messy. The last two pillars we mentioned, and when we gave her back what to do, was number 3 was go against an enemy or a villain. Stories are a lot better when there's a villain. The villain for the women who she's trying to serve is, honestly, I need tons of time starting over each week. Guilt and shame. We told her to start attacking that villain in her marketing, in her posting, so they know she gets me, like she understands me, and then put a measurable goal to that. The third bottleneck was the commodity, right? with Jen, she was selling the online fitness program, but she was selling it just like everybody else. You get workouts, you know what to do, you don't get lost in the gym. But we have learned Jen, and we understand that Jen has overcome an eating disorder. And with her overcoming an eating disorder, the beautiful thing is she understands what it feels like to be criticized, to have shame, have guilt. So we told her that's one of your things that separates you from the marketplace. Because how you coach now is you coach from a place of care, of gentleness, along with toughness. And the toughness is you can do this with us helping you. The gentleness is I don't need you to feel guilty every time you miss a workout, every time you eat a Snickers. And most coaches in her industry are not doing that. They're just literally, if you really want it, you would get it. And she's coming from a different angle. So the commodity, that's what also separates her. So now today we're gonna finish up with some things that I wrote down that she can do to be more visible, that won't really cost her any money, and you can still do these things too. We're gonna call this the visibility tactics. I'm gonna put hashtag go where they are. Go where they are. Start instead of trying to make them come to you. So let me grab my phone. I wrote some of the tips that we could use for her and we can use for you. I used these before for myself and for others, and they work well, and I'm pretty sure as we continue to grow in life, we're gonna find ones that work even better. Let's pull up the first one. First one I got right here, I put down post where your customers hang out. Number one, post where they hang out. Now I'll tell you guys a secret. Majority of my clients have always come from Facebook. I don't know why. And I don't even post the most on Facebook. But the majority of my clients have come through Facebook. And I tell you this, in a world where there's reels and all of that is the thing that is the most popular, the majority of them have also come through me writing something. I don't know why, but that's usually where they come from when they work with me. Now, if they may be on Reddit, they may be on Instagram, they may be on TikTok, wherever they are at, that's where you should be posting. So a simple rule of thumb that I tell small business owners, you guys can hire me to do it or you can do it yourself, is schedule out your posts to go out on multiple platforms. The reason for that is you don't know at first which one's going to work for you. So if you have someone scheduling them out, I mean, you save time, you're not doing it, but it's making sure that, hey, something may work well on TikTok, something may work well on Instagram, something may not work well on Instagram that works better on TikTok or Facebook or LinkedIn or Threads. There's so many platforms now that to not stress yourself out, I would say hire somebody to do that. You can always hire us or not hire us, but you can have someone putting those things out for you so that you are finding out where are my people at. And if I find out they are on TikTok, then I'm going to put my main energy there. If I find out they're on YouTube, I'm going to put my main energy there. So you want to go where the people are at. Here's one that I'll put as a little extra. Facebook groups. Going where the people are at would probably mean where are groups of people at that I can get to easier and offer help first. Don't go into a Facebook group pitching. Go in there answering questions, asking questions. Be the person that contributes in that group, and you never know what can happen through that. I don't have time to break all that down. Maybe another day. The second one I wrote down here is create short form video. Alright, why are we doing this, Drucifus? We are doing this because you need people knowing who you are, and it's great when they can actually hear you and see you. The cool thing with creating short form video, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, is that you can post it everywhere. Social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, all that stuff, and then you can save it and always use it again. So if you're scared of getting on camera, you either got to get over that fear, or you either got to get over the fear. Or you can do it fearful, but you got to do that. You cannot just hide behind writing in a world where AI is actually doing a lot right now. And people need to know, hey, this is a real human. This is a real person that can help me. So create short form. With that, I would say answer questions that people are asking. A question that people always ask me is, I need help with my social media. I need help with my marketing. How do I do that if I don't have a lot of money? So I answer that question over and over again. I don't just do it once a quarter. I do it weekly because people need to see it and hear it over and over again. The third one is, this is one that I like a lot. Partner with complementary business. What business complements what you already do? Something that would be cool, let's say for someone who's into fitness, partner with a massage therapist, partnering with chiropractors. You send them customers, they send you customers. Partnering with a food company. Clients need to eat better. You can be the one that provides the meal plans and the meals. The cool thing I would do if I was a business owner, man. If I was a fitness business owner, that was the main thing I wanted to focus on. I would try to partner with the food company, and I would just put the weekly meals in the price. I would create a tier where you not only get the meal plan, but I'm going to make sure the meals get to you. Make sure the meals get to you. You don't have to do that. I would even do something where if I was a fitness a business, I would end the business of fitness. I would say, hey, I'm even going to Instacart your stuff to you every week, and I would just charge you inside of the program. I'm solving the next problem, but partner with a complementary business. You can think about that. You can Google it and think, who's not my exact business that could help me. All right, the fourth one is, I like this one a lot. Become the local expert, or I would say, honestly, become the local hero. Become someone in your town where people know you are the answer for that thing. I used to say, hey, people say fitness, when I was into fitness, when people say fitness, I want them to think Drew Cost if they live in this region. I want them to think Drew Cost. If they say fitness boxing, the first person I want them to think of is Drew Cost. And the second thing I want them to think of is, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to be supported, I'm going to be loved, and I'm going to get in shape. I wanted that, and that's what I actually chased. With that, you don't need 100 customers. You just need 10 of the right people working with you, because they may start referring you. They will know people you don't know. They will know things. They probably can help you. They can borrow it. There's so much in that, becoming the local hero. So don't fall for the things of thinking that everything has to be online. Certain things can be like legit locally. The next one, the fifth one, sorry, camera cut off, but let's go to the next part. Number 5 is the last one. Turn your customers into a marketing team. This is going to be them have testimonials, referrals that really work good for them and you. Something that would be good is, hey, if you refer somebody to me in the month of September, you're going to get half of what they pay. I would put a limit on it, like a month, so that you can not have a headache or a nightmare when it comes to, getting all that stuff back to them, such and such. The testimonials, referrals, and I would say what I did in the beginning was I would ask, can I post their success while they're doing the thing? So I would say, hey, like, she's deadlifting 135 pounds. She was never able to do that before. Or if your market isn't fitness, show where the person was at prior to working with you, or prior to implementing what you told them to implement, and then what they're looking like after. I put on my page sometimes we do some video editing. This is what this person's video looked like before, this is what it looks like after. But more so than that, this is the time they get back per video. If it takes them 30 to an hour to edit every video, and they want to do 7 videos a week, they're saving 7 hours a week, they're saving 28 hours a month. On top of that, they can put that back to the task that only they can do. So I'm turning my customers into a marketing team. And just to recap, the 5 things that we said a business can do, a small business can do if they're totally new or they don't have the funds is: number 1, post where your people are hanging out at. Number 2, create short form video, 30 seconds. You gotta do video. Don't hide behind it. I don't care what anybody else says. Number 3, partner with a complementary business. Partner with somebody who complements your business so that it makes sense. Number 4, become the local expert or become the local hero. And the last one, turn your customers into a marketing team. So this is day 6, guys. Please, if you have questions, please drop them in the comments. And if you want to be somebody who we break down your business for 30 days, I'll give you the link for that. Other than that, be good, be great.